Good morning, everyone. I hope this finds you well and living your very best life in Jesus Christ. Well, Landry was not a happy little boy the other day. After 4 days of not having to work on schoolwork, it was time for morning circle on the computer and a full day of schoolwork. Well, like most kids, Landry would much prefer to spend all his time watching TV and playing with Papa, but we must all eventually learn when to work and when to play. Well, because of this, the day was not going well, and both he and Nana were having a rough time of it. When he finally had a few minutes to take a break, he came running to me to play a game on the computer. I am very blessed that most of the time when he's able to play, I can stop working and play with him, but this time I was on a deadline and I simply couldn't stop. When I told him this, his frustration burst forth and he said, "Why do adults work so much? Work is dumb and boring. Adults need to play more." I had to laugh because, in a very real way, Landry is right. Adults do need to play more. In the 1920s, George Bernard Shaw predicted that in the 1980s a workday would last no more than 2 hours. He thought advanced technology would bring this about. Shaw was a bright man, but he was a lousy futurist. People are working even longer hours today in spite of all the technological innovations that save us time. And as a result of this, leisure for a lot of people gets squeezed out. Exodus 23:12 says, "6 days do your work, but on the seventh day do no work." Seems straightforward to me. God's word is clear about the need for balance between work and leisure. Hard work's good, but God's gift to us is to bring balance into our life is the Sabbath, the rest. Everyone needs at least one day a week to rest from his or her regular job. To enjoy this gift requires discipline. To ignore it is to hit a wall of burnout. But if you maintain this weekly discipline, you'll be better at your work. Statistics prove that. But I also think we need to not only examine finding rest one day a week, but also during our day. As a teacher, I've always been a firm advocate of recess. When I first started teaching at Elkview, we had a real recess. Not just time between classes, but an actual allotted time for kids to talk and laugh and, hey, maybe even go outside. It was my experience when the kids had a 15 or 20-minute recess, they came back to class more focused and willing to work. Most businesses seem to realize this by giving their employees short breaks during their work shift, and yet many of us somehow feel that taking a moment to stop for a rest, a laugh with a friend, or whatever is a waste of time. In actual fact, it's vital that we do so to maintain our mental balance and reduce stress. Let me ask you a question. Do you have that balance between work and rest? Or are you, like me, do you tend to go charging ahead when fatigued? See, the problem really for those of us who are, as a psychologist friend of mine once labeled, hyper-responsible, is that the work is really never done. There's always more to do and less time to do it. When I finish one task, I can be assured that another sits waiting for me. As a result, I experience false guilt and nagging dread that I'm forgetting something. So I work harder, and I rest less and less, spending more time with the computer, way more time with the computer than those I love. See, the problem with this cycle steals all the joy from your life. Trust me, I know. And I'm pretty sure this all work, no play routine wasn't the life Jesus intended for me to live as one of his disciples. Don't get me wrong, it's a fine thing to be a responsible, hard worker. To try to do everything as meticulously as possible is definitely a laudable goal. But as much as this is a virtue, any virtue can be taken to extremes to our great detriment. In John 15:11 and 12, Jesus said, I have told you this so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete. My command is this: love each other as I have loved you. What's that have to do with it? Well, my idea of loving others is often shown by serving them. That's how I show people I love them, by serving them. But the truth is that some people feel loved when I simply spend time with them. And for some, that time needs to be a whole bunch less task-oriented, a lot more laughter-filled. It's better for them and it's better for us. The truth is, sometimes I just need to stop working and play a game with a 5-year-old for a lot of reasons: to rest, to recharge, and to show him that he is important and that I love him. By doing so, I serve him and me and the Lord. Today, I urge you to take those breaks, talk to the Lord, laugh with a friend, and bring joy into your life and theirs. That's kind of what the Lord expects of us. I mean, after all work and no play, well, you know the rest. I hope you make today a terrific day. I want you to know that I'm here if you need me. And I love you all.